Yo, what's good? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, we have Brother Anton Daniels in the broadcast room. Shout out to him. So he's breaking a lot of things down right here, and this is the case right here. Apparently, of course, as we all know, we're in a predicament here in this country and things like that. They're creating ways for these illegals to come over here and buy homes and things like that, and it's outrageous. We know what's going on up in Colorado. They're just taking over complexes up there, running rampant and shit. It's ridiculous. We know what's been happening in New York, and these are the barbarians that are being allowed in the gates. And yes, they're just running rampant out here, man. It's wild. But then now we have a situation here where they're trying to get hold to our real estate here in America. So yes, are we going to allow these people to have our real estate as well? Because all right, let's go here now. Let's see what Brother Anton has to say. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
The question that we've been trying to ask ourselves after she released that disaster of talking points of alleged policy that nobody can wrap their heads around, including economists themselves. The question that we've been trying to ask ourselves, and now we're starting to put two and two together, is why is immigration into this country so heavy, illegal immigration into this country so heavy? Number one. And then number two, what's the play? Right? What's the play? And so we still putting it together, and we got to use our context clues because nobody has really been able to ask the questions to Kamala Harris herself. And since nobody has actually been able to ask the questions, all we have left to go off of is our own assumptions, right? But two things that we want to talk about right now: becoming legal, and then migrants eventually buying homes. Now, my question then becomes, based off of her proposal that the American taxpayers would have to pay for as far as these $25,000 to first-generation buyers, words matter, first-generation buyers and homeowners, who would they go to? And who would it benefit the most? Just curious. Let's deep dive into it a little bit for 10 minutes. Let's talk.
Now, before Brother Anton gets started, my other question is how is this going to work? Because who are they going to be able to buy a home from? What bank are they going to be able to buy a home from? I mean, like, are they just going to really just give these people money? I mean, they're already giving the money, like talking about, on these cards and stuff. But all I'm saying is, though, a lot of our homes are tied into, banks, real estate agents, all types of things like that. A lot of our properties in this country, this is how the natural born citizens of this country buy homes, unless we just outright buy a home in cash. Are they going to have enough cash on hand to really just outright buy a home? And then also too, are they going to be allowed, the property taxes, things like that? Because we get taxed on properties over here. So, I mean, how is this going to actually work? Let's keep diving. Okay. Shout out to Anton, man.
Talk about what's happening at the border, and a judge recently blocking Biden's policy to a pathway for citizenship for immigrant spouses of the United States of America. Hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
And some breaking news on the immigration front. A federal judge has just dealt a pretty big blow to one of President Biden's immigration policies that offered a path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who are married to American citizens. Now, the judge ruling in favor of a legal push from a group of 16 Republican AGs looking to prevent that policy from being implemented. And now a group of immigrants is fighting back. Here's what one of those immigrants told NBC's David Noriega.
I've been in this country since second grade. I went to elementary here. I pledged allegiance to the flag. I took an oath to protect the United States Constitution.
Yeah, I'm getting commercials. Here we go. All right.
in my city every day. So what harm are you facing when I'm paying taxes? How is Texas or any states showing harm in here when it's all benefit that spouses of U.S. citizens are contributing?
So let's bring in NBC News correspondent David Noriega with the latest. David, this
you guys know I like to use different sources, so I'm not always gonna go with Fox News or CNN or ABC or CBS. I like to go through everything.
Called Parole in Place. What was it before this afternoon, and what happens to it now?
Yeah, so the way it works is if you're undocumented and you marry a U.S. citizen, you do have a path to a green card and eventually citizenship, but to apply, you have to leave the country, and that's a huge risk because you risk being permanently separated from your family in doing so. What Parole in Place did was it allowed people to apply for green cards and citizenship without leaving the country, keeping their families together. That's why the administration gave it that name. Now, the government started accepting applications for this program a week ago.
About a week ago. What? Why are they just now starting to implement some of these plans is what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, we know why. We know why.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Now listen, look. Before we move further, you know what I'm saying? My thinking, my theory, things like that, it's just a theory. Now, the people that actually are married to legal citizens in this country, that's a little bit different. I'm in the mindset of the people that have come across the border, just, you know, the barbarians just running the gates. Those are the ones that I'm really talking about and really concerned about. But I get it though too. You can possibly have people that want to, of course, or will get married to legal American citizens in order to get the green card situation. So that does happen as well.
Why are they just now starting to implement some of these plans? And now they're trying to push through and accept these applications and then force these things all the way through prior to this November election and eventually whoever takes president of the United States of America in 2025. Now they've got the Keeping American Family Together plan. The Keeping America's Families Together plan.
Lots of people applied. I've spoken to several people who applied, but now what this judge in Texas has ruled is that for at least 14 days and possibly longer, the federal government cannot grant these applications. So people can still apply, they can still send in the paperwork, and maybe it'll be approved sometime in the future, depending on what happens in the court case. But for now, the government cannot grant parole in place. I was just on the phone with Fode, who you saw in that video, literally a few minutes ago when this news came down. He described it as feeling like a knife to the gut, this feeling like this potential huge change in his life was right in front of them and then was taken away again.
And so this is a 14-day stay, and then it goes back to court, I imagine, right? I mean, what happens next?
Right. So the judge can extend the 14-day stay. And I would say that given how quickly he issued this stay, this is a Trump-appointed judge in East Texas. The state of Texas filed this case in a division of the Eastern District of Texas where there are two judges, both Trump appointees. So they were guaranteed to get a Trump-appointed judge. He acted very quickly in slapping down this program. Before the federal government could even reply with a briefing in court, he paused it. So I think that's an indication of where he stands on this case. And I think I don't want to predict, but I wouldn't be surprised if he extended the stay for the entire duration of the court case. The big question then is we're going to run into the election. And if we run into the election and former President Trump is once again president, he's likely to rescind this program altogether, in which case
and then, we're going to have to go back to the drawing board as far as reestablishing what immigration into this country look like and becoming legal in a general sense. But let's pivot for a second. So that's what's happening as far as this judge slapping down this new program where they're just now starting to get applications, right? California is looking to pave the way for illegal migrants to become homeowners.
California has a program meant to help low-income first-time homebuyers get a down payment. William Lajeunesse joins me. William, could this program soon be available to...
I applied to over 200...
Yeah.
Well, Stuart, that is what Democrats are trying to ram through Sacramento right now. It's basically a program that subsidizes qualified illegal immigrants to up to $100,000 each to buy a home. So the program is called the California Dream for All program. It's
hold on. You mean up to $100,000 each to qualify for a home out here?
And what the French toast is going to think about?
And if y'all remember that video that went viral of that young lady with the food truck situation where the migrant was, where the immigrant, however you want to put it. I'm sick of these damn titles and shit. It's crazy. That wanted to buy her food truck. And you know, if you go back in my catalog and stuff like that, I did my broadcast on that as well. Yes, and she was appalled that she couldn't even get loans and things like that. She had to actually work hard and save the money up to just buy a simple fucking food truck. And they willing to give these people money to act 100,000 plus to buy homes and shit. What?
You old fish-eyed fool.
It's created to help middle and income home buyers. Now, initially, the program required residents to be here legally, either a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident. But last week, Assembly Democrats overrode Republican opposition, changing that eligibility to say this: an applicant who meets the requirements for a loan under the Home Purchase Assistance Program shall not be disqualified by the agency based solely on the applicant's immigration status.
How is that possible? How is it possible? Because California is helping people purchase homes. So that means that they've used our legislative body to insert themselves into what is supposed to be a private practice and process, only to be regulated, not to be incentivized, to be regulated, so that we don't have applicants that ultimately crash the housing market again, similar to what happened in 2008. Now, if you're telling me that an applicant, according to this California Assembly Bill in 1840, is that an applicant who meets the requirements for a loan under a home purchase assistance program, meaning that they're basically helping these people get homes, how can you not disqualify them by their immigration status? I'm not saying that they can't buy homes. I'm just saying, how can you use other people's tax dollars to help somebody else buy a home who's not even here legally?
And on top of that, look, actually think about what we're talking about here. We're talking about giving people that are not even registered. They don't even have proper social security numbers. They don't have proper documentation to live here. But the people that live here and grew up here and were actually born here can barely get a damn loan for anything.
So what the French toast is going to think about?
Oh, your credit score got to be 700, 800, damn near 1,000 on a credit score to get the proper financing to buy a home and things like that. But we're just going to allow these people, these barbarians at the gate, to just come in, and we're just going to use our tax dollars to just give them the proper money to buy homes. What are we doing? What is this? What is this? This shit is disgusting.
Looks great.
Yeah, they're going to give me plenty of commercials here.
How can they use U.S. tax dollars to help somebody do something that's not even here legally?
Right.
That's your money.
Right.
I don't really know if y'all really grasping what we're saying right now. This is your money. Your money.
Think about the property tax that you pay. If you are a real homeowner, think about the property taxes that you pay. Come on, people.
The social and economic benefits of homeownership should be accessible to everyone, regardless of immigration status.
So the program provides first-time buyers with a zero-interest loan up to 20% of a home's purchase price. On a median-priced home in California, that's about $150,000 cash up front for each buyer with their down payment and help with closing costs. So
That's crazy. That is crazy. That is absolutely insane and crazy. I don't know. I don't really have the words to communicate what my thoughts are, what my feelings are without saying something that is just 100% disrespectful.
Hey, I'm gonna say it for you, Anton. Yeah, the barbarians are inside the gate.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it for you. You know, yeah, your platform bigger than mine, and I don't have all that. Listen, yeah, the barbarians are doing their thing. I'm gonna say it.
I don't have the words. You know, I'm a C student, so I'm limited by my capacity. I don't have the words to say. I don't. I just don't.
So far this year, the program cost taxpayers about $255 million to help about 2,000 buyers. The bill is sponsored by a prominent Latino rights group with close ties to Vice President Harris.
Hey, listen, look. There you go, right there. That's all that need to be said right there. Listen, look.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
All right. Yeah, there you go, right there. That's where your tax dollars at. Well, our tax dollars. Shit. You know, we're trying to help people that at the end of the day, though, we ought not need to be helping because they're not even here on a legal status. And yes, you know, I've seen other footage from actual the immigrants that came over here and did it by the legal way and things like that. They're even pissed that we're allowing, you know, this to happen. Man, come on, man. Come on. It's crazy out here. This is disrespectful to not only American, natural born American citizens. This is also disrespectful to the immigrants that we had come over here, and they had to go by the proper stipulations and maintenance that it took for them to actually become legal citizens of this country. It's a disrespect to them. It's a disrespect to our tax dollars. It's a disrespect to just us as human beings that we will allow the barbarians to just come in and think that they're just going to run rampant. Yeah. Okay, then fine. Is this what y'all want, America? Is this what y'all want out here? Hold on.
You old fish-eyed fool.
If this is where we're going to go, okay, then fine. Is that what y'all want? This is, you know, our tax dollars to go this and that. Now, I know half y'all don't care. The other half that do, man, it's sad out here for us. Yeah, this is ridiculous and highly, highly disrespectful. But it is what it is, though, man. Hey, shout out to all my subscribers out there. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure that you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.
some other time.
Now I want to talk about it now. See,
Fred,
another reason
Fred, I said we'll talk about that some other time.
you don't tell me what I can talk about. You don't tell me what I can talk about in my own house.
Don't you point your finger at my nose, Fred Sanford.
I'll point my finger at your nose, and I'll point my foot somewhere else.